When hope is gone, undo this lock and send me forth on a moonlit walk. Release restraint level 0. Hey kids, wanna see a dead body?
Hi guys, this is the Void of the Ravenclaw. Welcome back to another fanfiction story. Sorry about the delay, I got distracted, so let's get this started, or let's get the story started. As the space pirates laid Izuku and Blackfire to the holding cells, they pushed both of them in the same cell. The pirates immediately left the throne room, or not the throne room, but the brig room, or the brig, basically what it is. So, Blackfire, what did you steal? Just a very big green gemstone and a handful of diamonds. So, how we're going to get out of this, Izuku? It's quite simple. We're going to kill them, of course. Then, sorry, give me a second, guys. When they take us to their little captain, I expect he wants to make an example out of the both of us. At least that's what I would do in that situation. Even though I had nothing to do with it, I'm guilty by association. But that's not really important right now. We're going to kill the captain and his crew. Then we might as well steal one of their ships. For our own what the word I'm looking for? For our own purposes. I don't know why it's written right down here. I just couldn't phrase a word right, or I couldn't remember it right. But anyways, let's continue. You're quite bloodthirsty. Don't get me wrong. I don't like killing. It's a necessary evil. Trust me. I've done far worse than kill a bunch of useless pirates. So, do you want to steal everything they have? Oh, I'm definitely in. I like how you think. A day later, they drag both of them out of the brig and led them to the captain. After they moved him to another ship, well, out of the ship, basically. The captain, and they seem to be on some sort of planet that Izuku doesn't recognize. As the pirates are leading them through the forest. It seems to be a very big forest planet. Izuku noticed they're directing them into a stone structure that they apparently use for their stronghold. Izuku memorized each room corridor they went by as Izuku finally meets the captain of this pirate group. Only reason you're still alive, Blackfire. I want my property. And I have no idea who you are. But if you're traveling with this witch, you are most likely as bad as her. Sorry, good old Capitan, but the gemstone and the diamonds are long gone. You actually think I would keep such valuables on my person for very long? If you had my... Give me a second, guys. You don't have my property, then you know what, boys? Kill the bitch and her little boyfriend. It's best if I cut my losses here. Blackfire was about to act, but she saw Izuku step forward and grabbed one of the pirates by the neck and snapped his neck and tossed him to the side of the wall. After he, well, broke out their bindings, it wasn't really nothing serious. It was just typical steel handcuffs. Or restraints. Not really handcuffs, because this is an alien world. Everyone saw him shattered through his bindings like they were nothing, as he went to free Starfire, crushing her bindings with his pure strength alone. I've been quiet for far too long, you inferior pieces of trash. Doesn't really matter, anyways. I was planning to kill you all regardless. Kill us, brat? There's only 2 of you and hundreds of my men. That is true. Let's fix that, shall we? Izuku's eyes begin to glow bright green as he unleashed his green Omega beam. As it goes through everyone in the room, then the rest of the structure, killing all the pirates in the stronghold. He left one pirate alone, the captain, and several of his men on the he didn't kill any of the men that were on the docks. He planned to give them to Blackfire after he's done here, so she could have so she could have fun. Meanwhile, he's going to get rid of this pirate captain. What the hell are you? I've seen those beams before. Those look like Omega beams. You're a lot smarter than I give you credit for, scum. Now, let's see if you can figure out the rest. You're probably wondering why I have access to the Omega Factor. As the pirate captain eyes widen, you couldn't be. I thought that was just a rumor. You're the youngest son of Darkseid. Doesn't know he's youngest, but he's like, you're the son of Darkseid. Youngest. I'm afraid I'm going to have to kill you now. You don't mind. Sorry, you don't mind, do you, Blackfire? Go right ahead, Izuku. I'll sit here and admire your handiwork. You can talk about this, please. Don't kill me. If you want money, I can give it to you. I have plenty. You want a ship? I'll give that to you as well. The offer is tempting, but I was already planning to take one of your ships after I kill you. Of course, the rest of your men, we're gonna have to say mate, unfortunately. It's nothing personal. There's no reason to get upset over mere insects. Easy grab the space pirate by the neck and lifts him up into the air. As he begins to choke the captain to death as he snapped his neck. With the mere physical pressure he was giving out in his hand. As the dead space pirate dropped to the ground dead. Come on, Blackfire. Let's kill the rest of these insects and get our new ship. You know how to show a girl a good time. With pleasure. As she... Well... Give me a second, guys. As Blackfire linked her arms with Izuku, as they both made their way out of the stronghold, beginning to make their descent towards the left, the pirates that are still alive that are currently on the docks, where they keep all the ships, spaceships basically. Considering how I took care of the captain and his little buddies, friends, I'll leave the pirates up in the docks to you. course, if you don't feel up to it, I'm more than willing to kill them for you. These, sorry, these insects are not people, so killing them wouldn't be a big issue. Oh, hell yes. I could definitely do that. Blackfire fires off, beginning to shoot the pirates with her purplish pink energy that she produces from her hands and eyes, vaporizing them. Now, I'm a short pause on this. Now, when it comes to like, I know her Starfire is called Starbolts. So for her sister Blackfire, I'm just gonna be referring them to Black Bolts, so I don't get confused between who's firing what if I get in a scene with both of them in it. So it's just easy for me to keep track of who's who, and for you guys, it's easier to keep track of who's who too. So all right, that's enough. That's it. Let's get back to this. Izuku leaned against one of the pirate ships and watched Blackfire work. He knows one of the He noticed one of the spaceball pirates sneaking up behind Starfire as he used a little bit of his telekinesis to lift up a nearby sword with his mind and shot it towards the pirate, piercing through his head as the pirate falls down to the ground. Blackfire turned around to see Izuku saving her ass as she blew Izuku a kiss and continued her slaughter over these space pirates. Izuku watches Blackfire smile while she's butchering all the space pirates. He couldn't help but feel. Sorry. He couldn't help but like how viciously aggressive she is while she's in the fight. When she was done, she hovered. Oh, sorry. When she was done having her fun, she immediately flew towards Izuku. What a rush! As she grabbed onto the collar of Izuku and starting to pull him closer to her, as she gives him a kiss on the lips. Sometime later, she immediately broke off the kiss and started walking backwards. That's what I just needed. Just what I needed. I wasn't expecting you to be one of Darkseid's kids. It's a definitely plus. If you're the son of Darkseid, that means you're pretty strong. That's a plus in my book. You're not too shabby in the fight yourself. I do appreciate the compliment. So which one do you want to pick? There's plenty of ships here, what I've been seeing right now. Well, at least in the docks here. I don't know if they have a backup dock maybe in the back somewhere. You know, those pirates. As she linked her arms with Izuku again, as they began to look around to find the perfect ship for the both of them to use. As they found a smaller ship that is perfect for only two people. To operate. The rest of the ships you need a full crew. Or some sort of AI running majority of what needs to be run through AI that is running the majority of the ship functions. They immediately took the ship and went back to the stronghold and stole anything that was valuable. As they transported it all back to the ship with Izuku's telekinesis, it's an easy task. After they loot all they could, they blast off, leaving the planet atmosphere. Blackfire and Izuku did decide to go to a marketplace. Sorry, Blackfire and Izuku decided to sell the goods from a marketplace to one of those trading planets to upgrade their ship and purchase a few things that they need. The shielding they're using is outdated for the ship, so he needs to Izuku is Izuku wants to upgrade that immediately. As they dock the ship to some sort of trader world. The two of them catalyze all the things that they need to sell as they walk out of the ship, leaving the loot on the ship, just in case they take it. Just in case, so they just took the list of inventory they have to several shops, so they can immediately start making deal plans to transfer those such goods. After making deal after deal with several different shops, they eventually transport all the valuable to the buyers, as they decided to stay in a hotel or inn for the night. For some reason, Blackfire was determined to share the same room with Izuku. He's not oblivious to the flirting Blackfire has been giving towards him. He barely knows the girl. He does find her attractive, but he's not going to go any further than what she's been doing. Blackfire immediately cuddled up with Izuku when he went to lay on the bed, as they both fell asleep in each other's arms. The next morning he woke up. He knows he already knows. Okay, I just want to make sure I was recording. The next morning he woke up. He already knows that Blackfire is nowhere to be seen. As she left a small note on the bed, as she had to take care of a few things that she just wrote on a small little piece of paper that she has to take care of a few things. That's basically it. Anyways, it's going to take a couple days for the upgrade to be complete. So he decided to take a look around the city that has all sorts of different kind of aliens. It's a port planet where they could sell stolen goods and get upgrades, or buy some illegal weapons, so on. He noticed this planet is it's not very safe to travel by yourself. For Blackfire. Just in case, he planned a tracer on her, just in case they ever got separated, or if she ever tried to leave him on the planet. He might like the girl company, but he's nowhere near trusting her. She seems to be the backstabbing type. He found a shop that seems interesting. He doesn't understand what the shop is called. It's in an unknown alien language. He likes the feel of the place once he walked in, as he sees all sorts of weapons, from knives, swords, and a couple of interesting alien guns. A new face, welcome to my shop. We have many weaponry that you can use to kill your enemies. Sorry about that. It's required to say to every new customer. So, what can I do for you? What can I do for you today? The swords do look interesting, but I'm looking for something a little more close range. I mostly fight with my hands and feet. I'm quite skilled in hand-to-hand combat. I need something that would complement that. Into the right shop. We have exactly what you needed. It's not too often a new god comes to my shop. Actually, you're the first. I'm quite surprised you know my race. A lot of people confuse me with several different humanoid alien races out there. If you live as long as I have, my boy, you can tell when you see a new god. I've seen many in my days. Your lot don't venture out here in the normal galaxy. You tend to stay on your planet, either New Genesis or Apocalypse. Don't don't worry. If you're in Apocalypse, if you're from Apocalypse, you seem like a good lad. So I wouldn't dare hold it against you. Here, follow me to the stand over here. I have plenty of choice weapons for you to pick from. When Ezekiel walked over with the shop owner to look at the weaponry, as the shop owner, showed him over to the area or whatever, as he sees all kinds of alien-looking brass knuckles. Quite a nice selection. What can you tell me about the black one? That that resembles brass knuckles. You have a good eye. Those are Apocalypse Tech brass knuckles. I knew the name itself comes from Earth, but it fits these type of weapons so perfectly. It's not made of brass, of course, but that's neither here or there. They give out a nasty out give me a second, guys. Out charge of energy once you land a hit. Think of it as a short burst of energy after you strike something. Not only that they will take damage from the out charge of energy when you hit, they will also be feeling your blows. It depends on how strong you are. And judging you're a new god, you get hit pretty hard. You're going to be one deadly opponent if you use these in battle. I like them. I think I'll get them. It's a pleasure. Please follow me to the counter, and I'll get you all checked out. It's appreciated, as Ezekiel paid for his brass knuckles for both of his hands, as he as he stuck them in his pocket. When he paid for them, after walking out of the shop, he decided to meet up with Blackfire, as he pulled out a small device on it where he had it out of his back pocket. As the device shows him where Blackfire currently is, as he begins to follow the tracker, he finally got to the location, as she seems to be in some sort of shitty part of town, in some sort of building. Only problem there he sees is two guards standing in front of them, or in front of the door. He walked up to them friendly. Sorry to bug you, too, but what establishment is this? Judging by you two are guarding it, it must be something interesting. You must be new here around, kid. I'm sorry. You must be new around here, kid. I'll do you a solid. This building behind us deals with your typical slavery, torture, sex trafficking, the usual stuff. Well, thank you for your information, thank you for the information. The two of you have a nice rest of your day. As he walks away, well, that can't be good. But there's a silver lining in this. This is a perfect chance to test out these babies. As he pulled out his brass knuckles and slid them across his hands, as he turned around to walk up to the first guard, as he got to, pretty close to him in a striking range. Nothing personal, guys. As he nailed one of the guards across the face, I saw a small burst of energy shoot out as he goes flying into the building immediately. Immediately, Ezekiel kicked the other guard aside the head, knocking him out. Ooh, I like these. These are gonna be so much fun to use in fights. I've I've already started it. Might as well finish it. As he walks through the building, as he as he charged all the armed aliens and begins to take them out, landing several powerful blows with his brass knuckles. As he's enjoying his new toy, using his little weapon is making it a whole lot easier, with landing extra damage on his opponents. He could easily finish this with his Omega Beam, but that would be no fun for him. He likes a good fight. When he walked into one of the rooms on the upper floors, he saw Blackfire that was hanging from the ceiling with the chains wrapped around her wrist. As he sees a large-looking alien with some sort of prod that immediately started animating electricity from it. It looks like it looks like he's about to start up torture again. Izuku grabbed the huge alien by the back of the neck and snapped his neck as he threw him across the room, dropping the electric prod. Izuku, how did you find me? Tracker. As he unbind her unbind her by breaking the chains with his physical strength. If I was a normal girl, if I was a normal girl, I would be highly upset with you placing a tracker on me, but I find it sweet. Shall we get out of here, or do you want to make these guys pay? I can already tell their attention towards you wasn't very nice. Yeah, we're definitely staying. I want to kill them all. They were going to sell me off like some sort of property. And when I refused, they started to torture me. So yeah, I'm very cross with them right now. Very well, Blackfire. Let's get rid of some me. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Let's try this again. Ugh. Very well, Blackfire. Let's get rid of these scum. Blackfire and Izuku butchered their way to the one in charge. As they see a man sitting behind a desk, he has the whole room is filled with his lackeys, as they're all pointing their guns at both of them when they burst through the door. That fat bastard's behind this. The one behind the desk. You could have the rest of them. With pleasure. Immediately Izuku unleashed his Omega Beam, slaughtering every single one of them, while Blackfire tossed the desk to the other side of the room. Honestly think you have the capabilities to dominate me, you fat piece of shit. No one controls me. Not my father, not my mother, not even my sister. And not surely a fat, disgusting piece of vile shit like you. You can die now. As she extended her hand out towards the scared, fat humanoid man, as she unleashed her black bolt, as the black bolt goes through the man's skull, he was is immediately killed once that happened. Well, I feel better now. Shall we get back to the hotel? Of course. So, what did you do today? I saw those nifty little things on your knuckles. Those are definitely new. While they were walking out of the building, filled with corpses, they were holding a casual conversation the whole time. Why they... Sorry, give me a second, guys. Came across a nice looking shop. The shop owner was very polite, and he was smart enough to know what species I belong to, so it was a very pleasant experience. And these babies here are Apoplix Tech. I could probably make them if I wanted to. It might do some, but I might do some modifications to them later on. But I like them. They have a nice kick to it. He noticed Blackfire giggling when he was talking tech with her. What's so funny? Sorry, you're normally very serious most of the time. It's it's nice to see a genuine smile on your face. You seem to like the whole tech thing. Not my thing, but it's kind of cute how excited you get over it. As she grabbed onto his hand, why are you holding my hand, Blackfire? So no one attacks me again. It's very dangerous for uh for me, a girl as myself, to walk alone on a sketchy street. But Dad didn't stop you the first time. Hush. Just forget what happened today. I plan to. We're definitely stop nowhere. Oh yeah. Sorry. Let's start this over again. We're definitely need to stop to somewhere to eat. I'm kind of starving. Well, what about you? I could go for some food. Sorry, I can go for some food. Don't worry. I know a good spot. I've been here a few times. As Blackfire lead Izuku to her favorite restaurant, that that's on this planet that she visited a couple times. Black finally Blackfire noticed the restaurant she was looking for. As they pop in, as they get a seat as almost as Starfire, Blackfire sat across from Izuku. So I want to know more about you, Izuku. I find you very interesting. Let's make it fair. I ask you a few things, and I'll tell you things about me. How about that? That would be a fair trade. Very well, Blackfire. Ask away. With your beams, I'm guessing you truly are the son of Darkseid. That I am. What about you? My bastard of a mother and father are the rulers of my home planet. Ever since my sister was born, mother and father pretty much ignored my existence. Let's just say I didn't have a really good childhood. I can sympathize with that. How was your time during your childhood? Training in arenas, fighting to the death, learning how to properly conquer a planet. Father put me through these small trials to prove that I'm worthy to be his son. It's really not, a typical childhood if you live on Apocalypse. My dad wasn't the affectionate type. He would rather kill you than treat you kindly. All he cares about is finding some stupid anti-life equation and conquering the galaxy. It doesn't really matter to me. Sorry, that's not what he's. That I totally read that wrong. It really doesn't matter to him what ends he has to use to get what he wants. I know my old man, and he's not going to give up. And I have no interest in conquering worlds. I've done it a few times. Not my thing. That pretty much sums up my childhood. You see, I wasn't your typical birth. I was created in a laboratory, using my mother's DNA and my father's. My old man, in my old man words, I was to be his perfect son. As I spend the rest of my time on Earth with my mother, that I adore, my mother is very. Even though she's constantly trying to get me to interact with humans, I've met a few good ones. So I've been meaning to ask, what were you fighting near the source wall? Honestly, I have no freaking idea. He came out of nowhere. I watched the fight on Earth for a while. Every time they killed that creature, it just came back, his body modified somehow, until the blasted creature started forming bones on his skin from the outside. It was all very weird. The source wall was the only way to stop that thing. I don't know if my Omega beams could even keep that thing down. I would rather avoid him adapting to him. If that creature's able to do that, from all the information you told me, all the information you said is correct, that's a smart move. I would do the same thing in your shoes. So, so you're a princess. Of course I am. You're pretty, you're pretty much a prince yourself. Technically, you'd be really, well, most people would probably consider you the prince of evil, considering who your old man is. Izuku begins to cackle. That turned into a full blown laughter, as he had his hand covering over his face, as his head is tilted backwards a little bit. When the laughter finally died down, he took a hand from his face. Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I just thought it was funny. You're not the only one that has called me that. There's a couple of big shot heroes on Earth that thinks the same way. Like I'm some sort of bringer of destruction. It's all superstitious nonsense. If I wanted to conquer Earth, I would have already. I did some research on the powerhouses, and I know how to take them down, each one of them. If I were to do such a thing, I would have to take out Batman immediately. He's too dangerous to be left alive. Then I would target the Kryptonians and Amazons. They're less of a threat, but a threat nonetheless. Speaking of conquering, I got a devilish idea. What are you plotting, Blackfire? Now, just hear me out. This might seem crazy. What if you kind of help me out and conquer my old world? You want me to take over your home planet. Unfortunately, I'm not the heir of the kingdom. That's my goody two-shoes sisters. I don't want the throne, but I want to take it away from my father and mother to get back at them. A little payback for only paying attention to my sister. Oh, okay, I get it now. Payback, What happened if your sister shows up? I'm planning on it. Starfire has a Starfire has a lot of things. Me and Starfire has a lot of things to work out. She might be annoying, but she's still my sister, and I want to hear it from her mouth. If she knew about if she knew about mother and father selling me off, so those bastards could experiment on me. You mean Starfire, the redhead girl? Think red, brown, I can't really tell. Girl in green eyes, bubbly attitude, friendly to pretty much everyone. At least that's what I've seen so far. That's her, all right. Wait, you know my sister? I'm kind of part of her team. If we're Teen Titans, I'm kind of a newer. I'm kind of a new addition. If we're thinking on the same Starfire. Are you serious? Are you serious? You, a Teen Titan? How the hell did you manage that? You're not what you call heroic. You have plenty of violent tendencies, and you just off a whole lot of people. Since we've been traveling together, like a lot of people. Don't get me wrong, I find it very hot how you take charge. Get your mind out of the gutter, Blackfire. You're no fun. But seriously, you you killed a lot of people. You know that, right? Of course I do. When I deem it necessary, when I deem a threat is too severe to live, I will I will end them regardless if they're human, alien. I might have to follow their rules while I'm on that planet, but I could tweak it a little bit. I won't outright kill everyone I face. It would be a whole lot simpler that way, but I'll play ball with them. I will only kill opponents that are too much of a threat. Only reason I'm on that stupid team is is because of my mother. She requested it personally to me. And plus it's a chance to get a good fight with a strong opponent. Given that creature was quite a surprise. We're getting off topic here. Blackfire, sorry about that. For your little plan, sounds like fun. Maybe if you cause too much of a ruckus, the Teen Titans will show up early. Maybe it was that Kryptonian. I wouldn't mind putting through the ringer for a little bit. So I'm in. Perfect. Thank you, Thank you, Izuku. No problem. Why don't No problem, but why don't you want to take the throne? I mean, you could easily take the throne and kill anyone that dares to challenge you. I could easily do that, and it would be kind of fun, but they would only fear me, not love me like they love my sister. I'll find my own way. Running the kingdom would have been nice, but it would be rather boring, too, as well. I'll leave that I'll leave that to my dear little sister. Thank you. I like my freedom. It's very it's weird, really. Sorry. That's all really I want. The freedom. I was a little ever since I was a little girl. I wanted the throne, but when I got out here in the galaxy, away from all the stupid traditions that my family held, I started to really enjoy my new life. I have some issues with my sister, but she's still my sister at the end of the day, and only one of my family that I actually somewhat somewhat like. I might hate my parents, but I don't want them to die. I just want them to suffer. It looks like our food's here. Let's dig in. After eating dinner, they paid and made their way back to the alien hotel. As they got up to her room, as she did as she did the normal like she's been doing every night. The moment he laid down, she wrapped his arms around her waist as she laid against his chest and began to fall asleep. This again? Yep, you're very comfortable, and I feel much relaxed when I'm sleeping in the bed with you. I like the company, and I've always been on my own ever since I left my home planet. Having company, it's nice. So, are you, so how close are you with my sister? Not really close. Sorry, not we're not really close. She's friendly and all. Wait, are you jealous? What, me? Of course not. But the question does arise. What happened is what happens if I am jealous? I think I've made myself obviously clear with all the signs I've been giving you. I've noticed. For your answer, I only talked to her a few times. Friendly terms, of course. We trained a little bit. So what do you say? Me and you. You must be applying like a couple thing that those humans like to do. That's exactly what I have in mind. You're smart, handsome, resourceful, willing to get your hands dirty, and powerful. We just fit perfectly with each other. I do actually honestly like you. You're fun to be around. I'll think about it. Think about it how long? Until we until the end of your little sorry, until the end of your little plan of yours to get back at your parents. Once that's resolved, your issue with your sister, if she arrives, that is, I'll give you my answer. I guess, I guess I could wait a little bit. You know what? You're such a tease. Smack that, wipe that smirk on your face. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Maybe a little bit, but we should probably get some sleep. As they both finally turn in for the night after talking for a little bit, as they spent the rest of their time there in the hotel just talking to each other, as their upgrades finally was completed, as they begin to departure change course to Tamaran. Or I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. It's been a while. But anyways, let's go. As a day later, Izuku is sitting on the small living area that's in the ship, as he's been there ever since they switched on the autopilot. There you are. Scooch over. So, what are you reading? The Art of War. It's very interesting human literature. Despite being so fragile, they're pretty at tune with warfare. Before they could continue their conversation, an alarm started going off at the ship. Well, as they both run over to the bridge, as they get into their seats, as they're being under attack. It looks like we got some company. I'll try to lose them. I'll be taking the ship off. I'll be taking the ship off autopilot. Hold on to your seats. Blackfire, re- Blackfire maneuver around the ship fire. As a small ship flew around the asteroid field, and she found a good hiding spot in one of the asteroids, and she turned off all the power off the ship, so they wouldn't appear on the radar. So you have any idea who are these? Who's on our trail? These ships don't look like pirates. Good possibility they might be some of those slave traffickers. I highly doubt that guy I killed was the leader. He must be some sort of general or something. That's most likely the case. Makes more sense. All right, I'll handle this. I've had enough of these pests. What are you going to do? As Blackfire followed Izuku to the hatch to the ship, utterly eliminate them, or give me a second. Utterly annihilate them. As he pressed the button to the door, as the door hatch opens up, as he hovers out of the spaceship, hovers down to the small army of slave ships, armed with some serious firepower. As all the ships start to fire at Izuku, all at the same time, only for the slave traders, to see their target is completely unharmed after they all use their main guns. Pathetic. Time to die. As he begins to fly towards the closest ship and rip right through the ship, coming out the other end as the ship explodes, immediately unleashing his fury, releasing several Omega beams from his eyes, tearing each ship down one by one, immediately smashing the rest of them like they were a aluminum soda can. As he was done with his handiwork, he scanned for any survivors. Blackfire thought he was done, but she was surprised to see he brutally kill any survivors by destroying several of the escape pods, butchering everyone that was left alive. That was lucky enough to escape the initial attack. As he flew back to Starfire, well, it looks like we're in the clear now. Wow, that was amazing. You're not injured in any way, are you? I'm pretty fine. Their little toy ships don't hurt me. It takes a lot more than that to make me feel pain. Let's get out of here before more of them show up. On it, as she runs towards the pilot chair and turn on the ship and continue their way back to her home planet. And that's where we're going to stop it. Hope you guys have a good night and day. Those are my time zones, and I'll catch you in the next video.